Alright, get another 2 minutes down the road, and I think we're going to start our ascent. So I'm just going to keep this one going for as long as I can here. Yeah, I think this is where it starts. I'm just going to put her in manual and kick her down a gear here quick. But this is good. This is more real trucking. Just climbing a 2-lane here. Probably got to kick the engine fan on, so you'll see in a little bit here. Use flashers below 40 miles an hour. Well, it's about to happen right and now. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I mean, I would really love to come on this road with a blocked off on both ends with my Corvette. Would be so much fun. You know, one of the hooligan things. Oh, it's pretty cool here. Oh, we got a truck lane at 500 feet. You should see that sign right up there. And this is more what I'm used to, like right here. That little jog isn't indicative of what you see on the interstate most of the time. You know, it's just very special places that you get to go to. But and gotta keep my engine fan on. And a truck's gonna pass me up here because he's probably much emptier than I am. I wish I had a wider angle lens, you know. Maybe I might look into something like that. But it's kind of nice. Well, I'm holding pretty steady at 1400 RPM, so I'll just keep her here. 29 miles an hour. And I'm probably 1.5 miles per gallon. Oh, yeah, gotta kick her down. So you gotta remember this. Now I'm in 6th gear. Now on the way down, it's gonna be quick. So I need to keep it in 6th gear. Otherwise, I'll go down the mountain too fast, and when you apply your brakes too much heat gets captured there. Because really, that's what brakes do. It's friction material. Turn that momentum into heat, and then dissipate the heat. If you get too much heat, things start on fire. That's not good. So yeah, I'll probably have to ride 6 all the way down, which is okay. It's pretty steep. Just gotta kind of keep a minder on all my gauges. And then we're back to 2-lane. And then, yeah, I wish you could see behind me, there's a truck runaway ramp. That's pretty cool. I'm only going 24 miles an hour. This thing. I'll be honest, so most of the time when you're going down the interstate, it's boring, right? Like, I mean, and it's probably good that it's boring, right? You don't want this terrifying, oh my god, am I gonna fall off the side of this mountain kind of thing going on. But, you know, it's pedestrian. They make it so that you get, you know, pretty decent fuel mileage, you know, and all that. This, I'm obviously not getting really good fuel mileage at all. But it's fun. The road's got character, you know? That's kind of what I like to do. Gotta pump my ears. I do that by yawning. But I can usually, I mean, I've done this, climbed hills and stuff before, and I'm usually pretty sensitive to the change in elevation. Oh, look at that. It's a winding road at 25 miles an hour. I don't even have to do anything. I'm doing less than 25 miles an hour right now. It's kind of amazing, really. Alright, so yeah, this is pretty close to the peak. Which I think is, actually maybe not. Maybe it kind of winds up here a little bit. Yeah, look at this. Just check this out. Look at this chicane. This is so awesome. Getting really good fuel mileage, and now not so much. But if you can see off to my left, there is a massive valley, and it is a very awesome sight. And there's also a house on my right side, so I gotta say, that house has got a really nice view of that, what's going on down there. But yeah, the interstates kind of took this stuff out. And, you know, good or bad, you know, I mean, right now, if I had taken it for, I probably would be just a little farther ahead. But it's kind of a toss-up either way, really. Yeah, and that's a stop area to check your brakes for the descent. And there's actually a little map of the road and where the truck runaway ramps are. But I wonder if I'll get that on this side. I don't remember. If I get on this side going down, we'll see. We'll see. Cowans Gap State Park. Cowans, C-O-W-A-N-S. And here we go. The Mountain House Bar and Grill. Tuscarora Summit. 21,123 feet. 21,123. 2,123 feet. Alright, so can we kick this up a notch? Oh yeah. No, we want to stay at, this is the speed limit's 20 miles an hour. And I've got a pretty heavy load on, so I'm going to keep her at 20 miles an hour. Oh yeah, no, we don't want to get faster than that. Now I'm going down. That was the top, really quick, just hit it, and now we're going on the down slope. And I'm sure the car behind me, because there is one, isn't liking this. But the truck speed limit is 20 miles an hour, and there's a really good reason for it. Because I don't think there's a truck runaway ramp here. So if you're gonna fly right off the side of that mountain, or tip the truck over and fly off the side of the mountain. So yeah. Now if you can see what I see, the view is just spectacular. And I don't think you get this in a car, I'll be honest. Just that extra height, because basically I'm sitting where your roof sits on a normal car. I'm sitting on top of that. So, actually, it worked out perfect. I didn't have to move the gear, and I'm staying right at 20 miles an hour with my engine retarder on. So sometimes they call it a compression brake or a Jake brake. If you drive a truck, you know. And if you don't drive a truck, you know. It's usually the thing that makes loud noises, and people don't like that in the city, which I can understand. People are pansies. Yeah, so this is slightly boring, right? And I get that. But still, it's, you know, when you have the engine brake versus you can get trucks that don't have them. If you didn't have an engine brake here, you'd be hitting the brakes constantly. But see, I can shift my engine brake into a low speed. So I just shifted up into 7th, so now I can potentially go a little bit faster. But I don't want to go like too fast, because I still have to, you know, make this corner up here, and, well, I'll be honest, I think we've gone like maybe 4 miles. I'm just spitballing guesstimating here. Turn my engine fan off. My engine fan does actually act like a retarder, you know, because technically it's a really big fan, and it does take engine power to move it. So anything that takes engine power to move something can technically retard, you know, it's almost like having another setting on your engine brake. I have a low, medium, and high. Technically right now I'm in medium, and then if you can hear that, that is high, but also you can't really tell the exhaust is much wider. It's got a DEF system on it, a diesel exhaust treatment system on it. So there's more filters and mufflers, and it sounds much quieter than normal anyway. Yeah, so that's low. Then I just kind of play the Jake all the way down. Now I'm catching a little bit of speed, so kind of shifting to medium, see what's going. Yeah, then my tach basically stopped moving, so I know that, and it's creeping up just a little bit. So I'm gonna, in about 30 seconds here, I'm gonna flip her into high, maybe. Because I think if I'm right at the end of this bend here, it's just basically a straightaway. And yeah, flick it on just so I don't go super fast on this thing. But barely see it. You can barely see where the road, I can just see it for a split second of where I'm going to end up being in about 5 minutes. Actually, not even 5 minutes, in 2 minutes. Okay. Pick up a little more speed now. And yeah, now I'm doing about 35 miles an hour, and that's not horrible. It's something that I can control. And that's really it. You don't want to lose control of the truck. speaking. Yep, here we go. So, engine brake off, shift up, shift up. So I was in 7th, now I'm in 9th, and now I hit the gas. Turn off my hazards. And try to get as much speed as possible until the next set of hills. I believe this is called McConnellsburg? I think so. Well, then basically rinse and repeat. That one was actually the really fun one. Out of the 3, I believe. And I got Breezewood in 17 miles. After that, I mean, I-76 and 76 takes me all the way into Ohio. And then from Ohio, it takes me into on 80. So once I hit 80, I'm basically all the way to Chicago. So it's really, really simple. But yeah, see, I'm already losing. I was at 68 miles an hour on that little jog, and now I'm at 55, 53, and there we go. So now I've got to downshift, and downshift again. 45, I may have to put my engine fan back on. But you get it. You get the picture. Alright. Well, adios if I feel like the next hill is pretty awesome. I can't quite remember. But I'll turn you back on. Alright. Later, guys.